what I'm going to be working on over the next few days, which I did a little video on this, is the accessories, which there's part of the metal out there I've got to use for making the crossbeam on this, but that's going to be, I'm going to be going in my garage here tonight. Here's my little new adventure, this ultimate titanium multi-process inverter power source, Mig Flux DC Tig and Stick Welder. I got it at Harbor Freight. So I'm going to set it up in the other room and take it out of the box. So right now I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to get everything off of this, and then I'm going to bring it in here. It's, I guess, kind of an unboxing video, but I also have to put it together. So, let me see how this looks. Should be okay. So, let's get into the little story. Why I've got a brand new one here. I've got two other MIG welders, but the little story is I was over at Harbor Freight and they had one on clearance, and I kind of like the idea of having a stick and a MIG combined, because like some things I'm doing on this trailer, it'd be nice to, I'm trying to fix it here one. It's easier to stick weld than MIG. So I was at Harbor Freight yesterday. They had this MIG welder somebody brung back. So this is $5.99, and then the warranty, 2-year warranty, is $159, I think, somewhere around there. So yeah. So total after tax, everything, about $700. They had one on the table for $389. Their little stick welder, one is $300. A regular MIG welder was like $400. So it's all in the same price and everything. So I bought the one for $389. I brung it home yesterday, and I started welding parts of my trailer stuff together, and I never could get it to weld decent. It just looked like hammered crap. Okay, so I run a test weld with my 100 amp Lincoln MIG welder. I've had since '06. Bought it in a pawn shop for $150 back then, and I'm still using it up till now. I told my stepson about it. He's interested in it, so I think I've got my money's worth. Okay, I've also had the little, I don't know, it's the green one, same as this, from, I don't know what it's classified at, but it's a little 125 MIG welder. Ran a bead with it, no problem. I tried for a couple hours last night on welding stuff together, grinding it, cleaning it up, and I never got it to run a good bead to where I'm content with, okay, this is worth the money. So I did play with it for a couple hours last night with the stick. Worked fine, no problems, but with that kind of money, I didn't want to take the chance. So I went ahead, went back today, spent the extra money, got the brand new one in the box with the warranty. So if I have a problem for 2 years, I can get it replaced and just buy another warranty. So I'm going to pull this out. At least this one I get to take out. The other one didn't have it. I'm going to leave some of the things in the box because I'm not going to throw it away. Make it to where it's easier for me to keep up with things. Open and close. I'll have to look and see what that is. But I will. That's got the gauge in it. So we got a box here, a box here. So for a while, I'll be keeping the boxes. And the other thing, let me get a marker. I'm going to do is on the inside of the box, okay, not the box, but inside of the welder. I've got where I do this on pretty much anything I buy, so it gives me an idea. I'm going to, so much for that one. I write the dates. I write the dates so I can look and always see when it was bought. Easier to keep up with. Easier to keep up with, and don't have a problem. So pretty much the other one was about the same taking apart. So have an extra tip here, Mig, and this is 035 wire. That's 030, so yeah. Okay. I want to look at something while I'm doing this. So, I want to change out the little sprockets right off the bat. And, good thing, because the one that I traded for, they didn't give these. So, we want 035 is what I want on. Okay. So, you want the number you're using downward. same wire I bought from Harbor Freight. You have a gauge inside to lever to set things up. I'm going to set this in here like I need to. It sits on it. Easy to do. Counterclockwise. Okay. Put a little tension on it. So since I'm keeping the box and I'm going to put this back in it, I'm going to put it on the top where it's easy to keep up with, get to, because, well heck, see they didn't send this with the other one. It come with this gun, and I'm not planning on using gas, so there's no sense having that tip on it. I will buy another one, and something else I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wheel in this bag. I will put this in here. There's no sense me doing that one. Let's see what else we have that I want to. Tick torch, not interested, but gas hose. This box I am interested in, but I don't. So yeah, you get everything back, but none of it was in the box. So I kind of got a better idea of what's going on with this now because none of the boxes come. So that's there. But yes, this has a torch kit in it, supplies, hose, everything. Not gonna do me no good. So we're going to put it in the box. This will be put up. Since I've already gone through some of this, kind of already know. So this, because I'm putting flux core, I need it set on the positive ground. These are some little funny ones, but I think it's 10 foot. Yeah, it's about 10 foot. It's a cheap little stinger. If I ever have to, I'll buy a better one. But there's no grooves in the top. I wish it was, make it easier. I'm going to be using this more, but since I need to check the MIG welder out, this will go in. This is very simple. That's the last thing I need to do is lose that over here. So I've got to go get some stuff out of my truck because I went and bought rods today, everything. So this is very simple to set up. 125 because the 125 is more straight. This one is at least turn. So it slides in. Turn this little screw in there. Bam. It's done. This, let's figure out which way it goes. There we go. Okay, your bitting, for your MIG to hook up, it's not a twist, it's spring loaded. Did not know that, wish I'd have known that last night. I'm sitting there twisting the stupid thing. So right now, I'll be right back. So, I cut two different rods. This one's going to be for 70/18. This one's going to be for 60/10 or 60/11. It's whatever I get, but my goal is two different rod size. So here's 5 pounds. I've already opened this one. So I want them sealed off to where they don't get wet. So, what I'm going to do, that's less than 5 pounds, but this don't seal. So, I went back, I had 10-pound boxes, and I bought some 1/8 inch. It says the welder's not made for 1/8 inch. I don't know. I'm going to try. I'll see if it don't work. I've only bought 5 pounds of it. So my whole goal is this way when I grab one, I can do it one or two ways. Put one in one way. What I'm going to do here is, you can tell the difference, but just so it's easier to find. Ooh, making a mess. So the part that goes into the stinger is going down for the 1/8 inch and up for this 532 or 332. This way I can have them both in there. I can try it and I know which one's different, and I'll see how many pounds this will hold. As I start using them up, it will get better. I could also do this to where that may have been a better deal, but not quite 10 pounds because I used the 70/18 rods last night. So there's one completed. This had these things years ago. All this is to keep the rods from getting wet. So (60/11), I would have rather had 60/10, but the problem is I went to all these places checking on the rods. I paid $15 for 5 pounds down there at Atwood's. I only found one other place that was cheaper, James Supply, but it was 10-pound packages. So virtually for what I paid here, I could have got a box. So I'll figure out which one I'm going to use, and that's the one I will keep up with. Because this 332 rod is small. Being this kind of dyslexic, I know I'll get back to the welder here in a second, but what I'm doing here is bad habit. I'm going to say bad habit. It's not a bad habit. What it is, a habit of once I start doing something, I keep doing it till I get it all done. Once this is done, then I don't have to worry about doing anything else. It's complete. But something about rods too. I think it is 70-18. I can use, I'll have to use 332s, but 60-10 or 11, I can use 1/8 inch. One of them you can, when I was used to weld on the road, one you can do it different. I would have, and that way it uses the same rod size. So once I start using them, it'll be good. So these seal off, keep them dry. That's the whole point. Biggest reason I went out to my truck was I've got these when I do my trailer so I can hold them up top. I'll be cleaning the trash out later. I've got 2 or 3 of these and I place them all over the place, so that's why I wind up cutting. These are some, okay. Gotta watch it. Last night started unrolling. That is something you don't want. So I never looked to see what spool I had on that one last night. Okay, so we're all in. Now next thing, I've got a cord over here to finish doing what I gotta do. So I've got everything in here the way I need it, but I will leave it open for the moment. I'm going to, okay, so you have a 2T, which you check out these videos. We all look at them to see what they're doing. So it's set on MIG right now. TIG is in the middle, and up is stick. And here's on stick, it's 75 amp. Maybe somebody can tell me what the second gauge is for. I don't quite understand. I guess it's a frequency thing. So, but the last thing you want, 80 wire speed is the slowest, so 13 amps is where you start. .4T is you pull the trigger. Well, here we'll show you. But let me, if you've ever did this much, you always want to take your tip off. So right now, 2T is pull the trigger. It starts going, so we want as fast a wire speed as we can. But I can sit here and hold this on and off. Now then, pull it, hold, I don't know, that's supposed to, I know last night on that machine, maybe it's, once it starts welding, it'll keep going. Stick, but this way I run it out with minimal problems. Something I noticed too, this thing starts off a little slower and then it speeds up. Look at these other tips. May not need them after all, but I have some more tips already. I'm not too worried about. .30. This just says .03. Well, I know where these tips are going. .03, and I'm using .035 wire. Well, I put them in there. I'm going to take them back out, and I'm going to put them in here. I use these on my 125. So, fit on there, but I want to put the right wires. It up a second. I don't want too much on it. So, there we go. That's set up, ready to go with flux core wire. I bought the wire yesterday and all. Thought I seen something else a while ago, I don't know. So I'm going to set this up in the other room and set up, I know what else I forgot for my hood. But I'm going to set this up in the other room so that where I had my other machine, so I can finish welding these in place. I will weld some with the MIG. I want to make sure it's working correctly. I just turned it off. For some reason they take a little bit. There you go. So this is the 1.4 Ultimate, and I just like the idea of 110 because you can use them everywhere. Where 220 you have to have 220 wire. So right now I'm going to start putting this in the other room, set it up, get it set up. I will move the camera, get everything moved, turn this around. This is going to be two things. Working on my parts for my trailer to hook the hydraulics up on. This is going to go on the bottom of the floor upside down, and then the cylinder will set here. Got another one. I've got to finish welding them up. I think I'm going to make a pass or two with this MIG to see how well it works, because I've already got it set for flux core. The good part is you just plug in and turn. She's ready to go. I haven't stick welded in years. I actually kind of miss it. Here's my old bucket. Right here, I'm going to set here. That's one I'm going to use to throw the rods in. But I think I'm going to start with the MIG first. I need some passes I need to straighten it up. To where I know it's going to hold. I'm going to go ahead and bring the rods in here. May have to go get me a rag because it is kind of warm, but here's where I put everything. Here's my 100 amp. I got the little 125. It's a Titan too. The reason I bought it is I got to go out and do little things. It don't weigh nothing. So let me turn it on. Now, you ever weld in galvanized? Grind off the coating and see how that works. So got an old washer and dryer and I'm using it for everything. tell you, that one I took back last night, I'm glad I did. Or I took back today. I couldn't explain it, what it was doing. But I can tell you right now, 10 times better welder right here. I could not get that one last night to run a bead, stack a bead at all. Still not pretty, but I'm still playing with it. I was trying to save myself some money, and at least I can run a bead with this one. Bought the hood from Tractor Supply, about $60. 4T, you push it, it keeps going. So, let me see something. I'm going to turn this third one down. I like it kind of when there's only two buttons. Two knobs. So, when you're messing with something, only you mess with one setting at a time. I know what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. I grab cheater lenses. That's what I've always heard them called, magnifiers. Hopefully I didn't buy too stout of one. If I did, I'll be having to get me another one. Okay. The good thing about cheater lenses is somebody's got really good eyesight, they won't want to use yours. Because it brings everything in closer. Right now, it's still looking like crap. But like I said, you do one dial at a time, see what it does, not two. You do two, then you don't know what the problem is. So I put this one dial back. I'm going to run a bead this way. Let's see. Been a long time since I've used one of these type welders, and I don't know really what the setting should be. I'm not getting paid an Academy Award to weld, so. Doing right opposite of what I said I should do. I'm messing with it, but turning the temp down a little bit. I want to see, but it's better than what I've been doing. So, the 4T is actually kind of nice because you don't have to worry about the trigger. And I'm getting bead ran, so getting there. So I'm going to try that one up and see what it does now on 8. confusing, but it'll work. So, I'm running this one about the same thing as I did last night. No, I didn't turn it up hot enough, but I am running it, and it is running a beat. Last night on that machine that I brung, I don't know, I may just not have had it set right, but I can tell you right now, I've got to get me a table built. I'm more satisfied with this one than the one last night. On 90 speed, 17 voltage, and 8. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but I'll finish this one this way, and then I'll do the other one in a stick.